our hands together for also the president of Apwen, Hauwa Mohammed Sadique. Let's put our
Nigerian Society of Engineers. We would like to recognize all National Exco of the Nigerian Society of Engineers present. We have Engineer Mrs. Ishidi. We have Engineer Ibitoye. Please can you be upstanding for recognition? You're welcome. We would also like to recognize one of our Apwen, Engineer Tunde Ajanoku. Please can you be upstanding for recognition, please? We'll take more recognitions as we go on. Permit me to invite to the microphone this morning the outgoing president of Apwen, the 13th president of Apwen, Engineer Mrs. Nnole Apwen. Let me quickly state, watch this event on YouTube right now, NSC Oshogo branch. Log on to YouTube right now. This event is online. Thank you very much.
Engineer Hauwa.
National Exco of the Nigerian Society of Engineers here present. We have Engineer Mrs. Ishidi.
Good morning.
We have Engineer Ibitoye.
The President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Otis Anyeji, FNSC, FAN. The Honorable Minister.
I'd like to recognize one of our Apwen, Engineer Tunde Ajanoku.
Just to get the full protocol. Engineer Suleiman Adamu, FNSC. Also the Arkan President.
Please can you be upstanding for recognition, please?
Objectives. Broadly, in the areas of membership, we've got new chapters inaugurated in Zaria, Uyo and Eket, alongside a new college chapter at LASU, the Lagos State University. But what's more interesting is that a good number of previously inactive or dormant chapters became revitalized. And we have announced this severally at Apwen events and conferences, but we just want to note that these revitalized chapters, and we will not name a few today, but they know themselves. Their renewed zeal and enthusiasm actually far exceeds that of some of the hitherto active chapters. So please just clap for them. NSC activities, Apwen members have been very active in the Nigerian Society of Engineers, our umbrella body, and we are proud of the fact that women representation continues to grow in the NSC Executive Committee. And in this committee, we have 5 brilliant active ladies. So I want to say thank you to the NSC for giving us the opportunity. Thank you to the male engineers for continuously encouraging us and supporting us to attain our potentials. And thank you to Mr. President. In the area of technical programs,
we've got new chapters.
Members' interest and participation in technical programs has increased tremendously. Notably, in the Apwen 2014 Annual National Conference,
alongside
a new
college chapter
presented by Apwen. In addition to this, we had one business development entrepreneurship lecture by a female
Lagos State University
accountant.
But what's more interesting is
that the following year, a remarkable thing happened. Wow. The technical program team really oversubscribed. In fact, we had 20 initial submissions. A good number the constraints of the program, because that program was a one-day program. We could only take 12.
Became revitalized.
And all these submissions were made by Apwen practicing female engineers. At the 2015 conference also, we had a paper,
and we have announced several female events
South
and conferences,
public health executive, and the president of the Women Engineers in Ghana fully participated
these revitalized chapters, and we will not name a few today.
With this trend,
they know that
I do believe that Apwen conferences in the near future We'll probably need 1 week for us to get through all the papers. Amen? Publications. So the main edition
Their
of the
renewed
Apwen
zeal and
Technical Journal,
enthusiasm,
which we actually named the Quarterly Journal of Engineering, Science and Technology, was launched in 2014.
part of some of the hitherto active chapters. So please just clap.
And this featured and still features papers written by women engineers of Nigeria. And generally, this is in line with the annual activities which we have developed in 2014, and we will continue in 2016.
When members have been very active in the Nigerian Society of Engineers
was resuscitated in 2014 in electronic format. Mentoring. This was a pet project of mine. And we developed the Apwen mentoring program
of the fact
in 2014.
that women.
We saddled Engineer Funola with the responsibility of managing that project, and I must say she has done very well. Please clap for Funola. And to date, through thick and thin, and prodding, and pushing, and emailing, and phoning, she has at least 10 active mentor-mentee relationships ongoing and counting. But I am particularly excited about the one that I'm very close to. There's a mentoring relationship I know between Engineer Idiat Amusu, FNSC, a past president, and a young lady called Miss Sheyi Orishawai, who happens to be our secretary of Apwen. She's a graduate of chemical engineering. Yes, Engineer Amusu is very busy, and Sheyi was very reluctant. So I had to be pushing Sheyi all the time. Call her, call her, call her, call her. She's willing, just call her. And I must say, with all that push, I can see a significant change, not only in Sheyi's attitude, but in her productivity and in the way her talent has been unleashed, just from that relationship and the counseling she's got from her mentor. So thank you so much, Engineer Musu. And Sheyi. On Girl Child programs, we have a variety of them going. But one of our flagship programs is Introduce a Girl to Engineering. That requires quite a large financial sponsorship. And we're happy that in 2015, Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company was able to sponsor that program. It was held in Engr in Lagos State. And in this program, female students drawn from 20 public secondary schools were challenged to set up small-scale windmills and use these windmills to power small light bulbs. It's an alternative project. That's the way engineering is going these days. In fact, not all the windmills worked, but all the participants definitely learned a lot. And it was a major eye-opener and Eureka event for attendees, and several girls, I'm happy to say, were converted to engineering on that day. On the international scene, we have the International Women's Day on the 8th of March every year. And Apwen has, in the last 2 years, joined women around the globe to celebrate International Women's Day. I must say I'm very proud of the chapters who have relentlessly worked to host events to mark that day, ranging from career talks, seminars, science competitions, charity work, and a whole lot more. But particularly
the citation of Engineer Hauwa Mohammed Sadique. Let's put our hands together for her, please.
Good morning. Standing on the existing protocol, I have the privilege to read the profile of the 14th President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. Irrigation system of the Nigerian of Engineers. She attended as a mother to beautiful, handsome, young Air Force, Army, and the...
Can we have the app children? App children, can we have you?
design.
So I will give the microphone to the outgoing president to do inauguration.
The office.
That's right. Can we please call on the mother of the president? Ajia, join us please. Ajia Amina Shwai, can she be a... The president would like her mother to join us.
The chairman of the occasion, NSC President Engineer Otis, I call Allah's as we march forward in the time, taking every step and decision toward elevating our noble profession to especially uplift the welfare of our women engineers, even as we are minority. Therefore, implore you all to ride with me along this journey. To success is sweeter if it is accomplished together. My team, with the resources available and your support, leave no stone unturned as we project our members to professional limelight in the office. Please permit me to some of our program focus under this dispensation. Introducing girls to secondary schools to engineering is without doubt one of the best ways to make them realize their potentials and increase women participation in engineering. Apwen will work at national, state, and local levels to increase our engagement with girls in secondary school and prepare them for career in engineering through counseling and mentoring. We shall double our efforts in mentorship program of undergraduate and graduate members across the country through their respective tertiary institutions. It is our desire to ensure that the girls in Nigeria, particularly those in the northeastern part of Nigeria, which has been ravaged by crisis over the past years, are given attention. As part of our contribution to the redevelopment of the region, we shall be launching girl child education programs aimed at encouraging them to pursue in science, subject, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. We will immediately commence the institution's career counseling sessions for female students of primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions to increase awareness and encourage girls to study sciences and engineering. We as members of Apwen will serve as role models and mentors in programs organized by engineering students of tertiary institutions, especially. In line with the Sustainable Development, Apwen will continue its advocacy for girls' education and gender mainstreaming. We recognize the importance of collaboration with organizations like minds to achieve our goals. Members will benefit from our professional development programs. We shall be working with other professional bodies at local and international levels toward evolving programs and activities that will professionally impact on our members and the society at large. Building the capacity of our corporate members in active engineering career is topmost in our agenda. Apwen has existing relationship with many relevant bodies and participates in World Women Engineering conferences regularly. My tenure shall continue to deepen this relationship and cooperation with relevant organizations. We shall continue to expand our membership base. Apwen at inception in 1982 had only 6 members. The membership has grown over the years to over 1,500 members, spreading. Even though we believe this is grossly inadequate in a population of 170 million Nigerians. We are aware there are many women in engineering who are yet to register due to one reason or the other. Apwen shall therefore intensify membership drive in all tertiary institutions and encourage those that are yet to register to do so in order to reap the benefits derivable. We shall be organizing industrial visits to technical industries. We shall work towards attracting more corporate members while we enhance relation with the existing ones. We are not unaware of the present economic condition by the dwindling oil revenue and government efforts to revamp and diversify the economy. We in Apwen are ready to partner with government in this regard. Ladies and gentlemen, as I stand before you, I must confess that we have challenges in Apwen, but these challenges are not insurmountable with you on my side. Therefore, I urge all to support my presidency in whatever way, in cash, kind, words, or in deed, so that at the end of my tenure as president, I can certainly say I left this association better than I met it. Finally, I thank all those who have worked tirelessly to realize this event, and I thank all our supporters and sponsors for their magnanimity. I especially thank the Accountant General of the Federation for accepting to be the special guest of honor of this great occasion. And particularly, I say my Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman, for being here with me. And lastly, to the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadique Abubakar, who happens to be the Chief of Air Staff, and Air Force is my constituency, and all the senior officers here present. Last but not the least, I would like to appreciate my children, bringing me to the world, and to the person who made me to be what I am today, Air Commodore A.M. Sadique, my husband. Thank you, sir. With your support, we shall continue to empower, enhance, explore, and excel. Thank you all, and God bless.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can we put our hands together for the 14th President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Hauwa Mohammed Sadique. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we're going to skip the inauguration of the executive committee members of Apwen for me to quickly invite the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, who is also the president of Aken, Engineer Suleiman Yuseni Adamu, FNSC, for his remarks. Let's put our hands together for the Honorable Minister, please.
The chairman of this occasion, President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and my colleague, Engineer Otis, the guest of honor, and the person of the Accountant General of the Federation. The new president of Apwen and her spouse, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, to truncate at this point, because there are so many important dignitaries here. I will probably spend the rest of the time allocated to me doing that. I'd like to apologize for barging into the program. I happened to be on my way to a tour, so I just wanted to seize the opportunity to make a few remarks before I depart. But the most important thing was to be here to witness the investiture, which I'm very proud and happy to be part of. When about 4 weeks ago, Apwen came to my office and informed me about this event, I made a promise that I'll make my best effort to attend. And I'm very, very happy to be here and to congratulate Engineer Hauwa Sadique on this milestone achievement, and to wish her every success in her new office. You know, you'll be rubbing shoulders with us now, Engineer Otis, myself, and every president of any professional association, engineering association. So feel very proud to walk in. You are a president. Once a president, always a president. So I'm very proud to have you that you made this, you achieved this milestone, and I'm also very proud that you happen to be a staff of our ministry. The Federal Ministry of Water Resources is proud of you, and I want to assure you that we will make every effort to make your tenure the success that it's supposed to be. I'm also happy to be here for another reason. I have never attended an Apwen event. This is my first one. I never knew the motto of Apwen, but I found it very, very inspiring. Encourage, enhance, excel. I was just congratulating the first president of Apwen that this is a well-crafted motto. And believe me sincerely, it has had some effect on me today. The baby of my house happens to be the only girl. She's good in mathematics, she's good in physics, and the other science subjects. And she has wanted to be an architect. But coming here today, being an architect will be okay because I have at least two following my footsteps. But I think when I come back from my tour this evening, we're going to have a long talk in the house. And I'm very, very serious about it. So I would like to wish you well as you continue with the program. And lastly, I would like to pass a message to Air Commodore Sadique. I read through the citation of our engineer Hauwa Sadique, and I'm very sure this wouldn't have been possible without your support. I hope husbands will borrow a leaf from Engineer Sadique, a very progressive husband who has been patient to allow his wife to move through the motions, to take all the steps that she has taken, to even leave him behind with the boys. You know how troublesome boys are. To
national level, we have a duty to let you know the truth about the economy and about performance of the nation. Nigerian economy is a mono economy. We all know. We don't need to go into serious debate into that. About that. We relied solely on oil. We went into slumber with the discovery of oil. And that has not really been a source of joy as far as present experience is concerned. It can never be from the experience. We abandon other potentials the nation has offered us for a long time. We forgot the agriculture. We forgot this solid mineral subsector because we will simply go to our backyard, scratch ground and see oil and turn it into dollar to spend. Time has come to change our thinking as a nation, as people. So I think these are some of the issues I'll be sharing with you today. At individual level, what can you do to enhance your income aside from your normal stream of income? If salary is down, what else can I do to generate income to maintain a minimal standard of living, to pay school fees, to meet medical bills, to pay for bills, services, to pay for water, and so on and so forth? We need to think ahead as individuals and as a nation. I believe government on its own part is doing all it takes to change the orientation, to identify non-oil sources, to identify other making revenue, generate revenue, and these revenues, they will come from us, Nigerians. There are countries in the world where there are no single drop of oil. Singapore, no single drop of oil. Their economy is one of the emerging best economies in the world today. Ours can be better, looking at our natural and human resources. So government is looking backward, if I use that word, to reflect and see. These things are obvious. So we need to support government in that direction. We need to really support government. Government cannot deliver out of nothing. Like I said, the healthcare, education, roads, and other social services need to be provided with resources. Initiatives are the recent Treasury single account is one of them. Yeah, the TSA. Somebody saw me and say, "Oh, you TSA?" I say, "Yes." Very soon they will change my name to TSA. So what we aim at in TSA as an initiative is to pull all resources together. A situation where government was borrowing its own money is no longer there. Not only borrowing its own money, paying with heavy cost, because money cannot be given free. It has a cost. Nigerians really have to support government by making prompt payment of bills. It is Nigeria.
President of Apwen and many times Vice President of Nigerian Center of Engineers and the President-elect of the Nigerian Academy of Engineering. The Accountant General of the Federation, the President Council for Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Commodore Sadique, the first gentleman of Apwen, the former head of the CFR, seated next to past President, Nigerian Secretary of Engineers, past President, current OFI. The MD, Adona Jama River Basin Development Authority, and the senior colleague of Madam President. I will continue to mention names, but I think I will go to the past presidents of Apwen. I can see Engineer Idiot Amusu, engineers who are chair of our institutions. There is the issue of also attracting people to engineering, attracting men and attracting women. We note that all of it is considered as a difficult course for both men and women. And so we really need to work hard to see how to change that of engineering being difficult. If we're going to work hard to even convince men, then we will do much more to entice our girls to come into engineering. And one of the reasons why women in engineering is that the mere presence of women in any group promotes ethical conduct. And our profession is founded on ethics. And so, when we have more and more women, they have this natural way of neutralizing the tendency of our own sex in going for unethical conduct and behavior. The other thing is that we need to change the perception that people kind of have of that engineering is a nuts and bolts kind of thing. Yes, there are nuts and bolts aspects of engineering, but there are bits and bytes aspects, there are chips and boards aspects, and those other soft areas that really call the shots ultimately for those who are nuts and bolts. We would like to work with Madam President in making sure that the committees we are going to establish this year, that our female engineers are well represented. At both chairman and membership levels. We also would like to plan from now towards our 2016 conference to have a session, apart from any that is devoted to women in engineering, to have another general session where the issue of diversity and equality will be discussed, and it will be attended by both female and male engineers, and certain issues that really affect this question of our diversity and respect for our equality, will crop up, that we'll discuss that and come up with some fine notes on that. The last thing I would like to talk about is an issue I had discussed with the division chairman, and an issue that had come up in council, which has to do with the strategic direction of our society, where we are pushing that we as a society must begin to operate on the basis of our core business mandate areas, which is engineering, and re-emphasize our operations on the basis of functional support areas. The divisions are okay with that. Our branches have some issues that are being worked on, but I will urge all the division people and the chairmen of branches also who are on board to try to enlighten more and more people so that we can move forward and confront the different problems that are facing us in the various sectors of the economy, which incidentally are all based on engineering. I will not here announce what support we are going to give to Madam President and